Earth, showcasing how its physical traits were perfectly adapted for survival. This slide highlights the incredible adaptations that contributed to its status as a top predator in its environment. Let's take a closer look at the Rhizinosaurus. Despite its small head, it had some fascinating features. Moving on to Spinosaurus, we see it had a long neck, which likely helped it hunt in aquatic environments. Interestingly, its jaw was quite weak, so it probably relied more on its other traits for feeding. Speaking of which, it had a large stomach, indicating it could consume significant amounts of food at once. Now, one of the most striking features of Spinosaurus are its large claws, which you can see here. These claws were probably used for catching prey or defense. Both of these dinosaurs show how diverse and specialized prehistoric creatures could be, and understanding these traits helps us see how they adapted to their environments. Let's take a closer look at some of the key references and images that help us understand feathered dinosaurs. On this slide, we see a citation from Hone DWE, Tischlinger H., Su X., and Zhang F. from their 2010 paper published in PLOS 1. This study contributed significantly to our understanding of the evolution of feathers and their presence in theropod dinosaurs. Next, we have Wikimedia images, including photographs by Sam and Ali Os from Esquire, which illustrate some remarkable fossil discoveries. These images highlight the incredible preservation of feathers in fossils, giving us visual evidence of how these ancient creatures looked. Moving on, we see two iconic dinosaur species, Sinosauropteryx and Microraptor. Sinosauropteryx is famous for being one of the earliest known dinosaurs with well-preserved feather impressions, which really supports the idea that feathers didn't just evolve for flight, but may have originally served other functions like insulation or display. Microraptor, on the other hand, is a fascinating small dromaeosaurid with well-preserved wing feathers, providing crucial evidence of the evolution of flight in theropods. Finally, there's a credit to Jim Robbins from the University of Bristol, reminding us of the importance of visual and scientific documentation in reconstructing these ancient animals. All these points tie back to our overall theme, understanding how feathers evolved and their role in the lives of these incredible dinosaurs. Today, I want to talk about Archaeopteryx, which is often considered a crucial link in our understanding of the evolution of birds. Archaeopteryx is a fascinating fossil because it displays a mix of both dinosaur and bird features. For example, it had feathers and wings like a bird, but it also had teeth, a long bony tail, and claws typical of theropod dinosaurs. This combination makes it a key piece of evidence supporting the theory that birds evolved from theropod dinosaurs. Highlighting its importance, Archaeopteryx helps us see the transition from non-avian dinosaurs to modern birds, illustrating how evolutionary changes can occur gradually. It's also a reminder of how fossils can offer direct snapshots of these transitional stages, connecting us to the distant past. In the context of our overall theme, Archaeopteryx exemplifies the evolutionary bridge, showing that the development of flight and avian traits was a complex, step-by-step process. It's a perfect illustration of how evolutionary theory is supported by fossil evidence, helping us understand the deep roots of the bird family we see today. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. Let's take a moment to look at some key figures in the history of paleontology. On this slide, you'll see the names Charles Darwin, Richard Owen, William Buckland, and Mary Anning. Each of these individuals made significant contributions to our understanding of prehistoric life. Darwin, of course, revolutionized biology with his theory of evolution, which also influenced how we think about extinct creatures. Richard Owen was a prominent paleontologist who actually coined the term dinosaur in 1842, which means terrible lizard in Greek. William Buckland was one of the first to describe dinosaur fossils scientifically, and Mary Anning was a pioneering fossil hunter whose discoveries helped shape early paleontology. Now, the big question here is, who came up with the name dinosaur? That honor belongs to Richard Owen. His work in classifying these prehistoric reptiles was crucial, and the term dinosaur helped define a whole new group of extinct animals that captured the imagination of scientists and the public alike. So, as we see, each of these figures played a role in the development of paleontology, but Richard Owen is the one who actually coined the term dinosaur, which continues to be central to our understanding of these ancient creatures. So, when exactly did the first dinosaurs evolve? Well, scientists believe that dinosaurs first appeared during the late Triassic period, which was around 230 million years ago. This was a time of significant change on Earth, with many ancient species going extinct and new ones beginning to emerge. The evolution of dinosaurs marked a major turning point in Earth's history because they quickly diversified and became dominant terrestrial vertebrates. Understanding when dinosaurs first appeared helps us see how they fit into the broader story of life's evolution on our planet. It's fascinating to think about how these ancient creatures started out small and gradually grew into the incredible variety we study today. This moment in Earth's history really sets the stage for the incredible age of dinosaurs that followed. Let's take a closer look at these dinosaurs. As you can see, the images are credited to Wikimedia, with some contributions from Fred Wirham and Nobu Tamura. Now, the key question here is, which of these dinosaurs was not an ornithischian? Remember, ornithischians are one of the two main groups of dinosaurs, characterized by their bird-hipped pelvis structure. They include herbivores like Stegosaurus and Triceratops. So, as we analyze these images, think about their physical features and classifications. The goal is to identify the odd one out, the dinosaur that doesn't belong to the ornithischian group. This exercise helps us understand the diversity within dinosaur groups and highlights the importance of identifying key traits. It also ties into our broader theme of how paleontologists classify and understand these ancient creatures. So, what type of dinosaur is this? Well, this is a great opportunity to look at some specific features that help us identify different dinosaur groups. For example, we can examine the shape of the skull, the structure of the limbs, and even the size and arrangement of teeth. These details are key because they tell us about the dinosaur's lifestyle and how it might have moved or what it might have eaten. Recognizing these traits allows us to classify the dinosaur into broader categories like theropods, sauropods, or ornithischians. Connecting this to our overall theme, understanding the specific type of dinosaur helps us piece together the rich diversity that existed during the Mesozoic era. It's fascinating to see how different adaptations led to such a wide array of forms, each suited to their environment in unique ways. So, how many years ago was the Jurassic period? Well, the Jurassic is part of the Mesozoic era, often called the Age of Dinosaurs. It started around 201 million years ago and lasted until about 145 million years ago. That means we're talking about a time period that's over 145 million years in the past. It's incredible to think about just how long ago that was. It really puts into perspective how ancient these creatures and this era are. Remember, understanding the timing helps us grasp the enormous span of Earth's history and the evolution of life on our planet. This timeline is crucial because it connects to the broader story we're exploring here, the rise and fall of the dinosaurs and the incredible changes our Earth has experienced over millions of years. Now let's take a closer look at these 3 dinosaur images credited to Wikimedia contributors. First, we have the one associated with Steviock 86, then Nobu Tamura, and back to Steviock 86 again. The key question here is, which of these dinosaurs had a duck-like beak? This particular feature is quite significant because it helps us identify the dinosaur's feeding habits and its evolutionary relationships. When you see a dinosaur with a beak similar to that of a duck, it usually indicates a diet that included plants, and it also suggests a close link to modern birds in terms of their evolutionary lineage. So, connecting this to our broader theme, understanding these beak structures allows us to appreciate how diverse dinosaur adaptations were, especially in relation to their environments and diets. Keep in mind that identifying these features helps us piece together the puzzle of dinosaur evolution and their connection to birds today. So let's take a closer look at these dinosaurs and ask ourselves, Which of them had feathers? This is an intriguing question because, for a long time, we thought of dinosaurs as just big reptiles with scaly skin. However, recent discoveries have changed that view significantly. We now know that many theropod dinosaurs, including some of the most famous ones like Velociraptor and certain species of Tyrannosaurus, actually had feathers. This finding is crucial because it links dinosaurs more closely to birds, highlighting their evolutionary connection. Recognizing which dinosaurs had feathers not only helps us understand their appearance and behavior, but also sheds light on how flight might have evolved. So, as we explore these examples, keep in mind how feathers are a key piece of the puzzle in understanding dinosaur diversity and their connection to modern birds. Let's explore which group of dinosaurs actually evolved into birds. As you can see here, the key group we're focusing on is the theropods. These are a subgroup of bipedal, mostly carnivorous dinosaurs, and they include some of the most well-known species like Tyrannosaurus rex. What's fascinating is that evidence from fossils shows that certain theropods developed features that are very bird-like, such as feathers, hollow bones, and certain limb structures. This evolutionary link is a crucial piece in understanding the origin of birds, connecting them directly to these ancient dinosaurs. So, when we talk about the evolution of birds, we're really talking about a specialized branch of theropods that adapted over millions of years, leading to the birds we see today. This connection beautifully illustrates how diverse and dynamic the history of life on Earth truly is. So let's look at this question. Which one of these is not a characteristic of dinosaurs? Now, this is a great way to test our understanding of what makes a creature truly a dinosaur. When we think about dinosaurs, there are some key features that define them, things like upright stance, specific hip structures, and certain skull characteristics. These features set dinosaurs apart from other prehistoric reptiles. So, if you're trying to identify what isn't a dinosaur, you'll want to pay close attention to those characteristics. Remember, dinosaurs are distinguished by their unique skeletal features and posture, which allowed them to be such successful and diverse creatures for millions of years. This question ties into our overall theme of understanding dinosaur biology and evolution. It helps us clarify misconceptions and deepen our knowledge about what truly makes a dinosaur a dinosaur. Keep these key traits in mind as we move forward. It's all about recognizing the distinctive features that define this fascinating group of animals. So, which animal group did the dinosaurs belong to? Well, dinosaurs are actually part of a larger group called the archosaurs, which also includes modern crocodiles and birds. More specifically, dinosaurs are classified as reptiles, but they are a very specialized and diverse group within that category. What's really interesting is that dinosaurs are the ancestors of birds, which means they are not just reptiles, but a unique branch that evolved to become the flying creatures we see today. This connection helps us understand how dinosaurs fit into the bigger picture of animal evolution and showcases their importance in the history of life on Earth. So, in essence, dinosaurs are reptiles, but with a fascinating twist. They are the ancestors of birds and a key part of the archosaur family. And that brings us to the end of our journey, where we acknowledge the incredible work behind this content. Wikimedia and Stevio have played vital roles in providing accessible, reliable information. I also want to recognize the trustees of the Natural History Museum for their ongoing support and stewardship. Their dedication ensures that this knowledge is preserved and shared with everyone. Remember, the power of open access and collaboration is truly transforming how we learn about our natural world. Thank you for being part of this exploration and for your curiosity and engagement throughout this presentation.